Donald Trump shares uh, an AI video of Schumer on the eve of the government shutdown. Here it is.
Look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bull. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too.
Put it up full mass. The president of the United States is a comedian. Once again, this is what happens when you hire a game show host to be president of the United States, as my dear brother would say. So with less than 24 hours till the government shutdown, Trump is responding with an AI video of Chuck Schumer. Why? Because he doesn't truly give a damn about the government shutting down. It won't affect him. Congress has less than 24 hours to avert the situation. The federal government is expected at midnight to run out of money participating in a government shutdown again, unless lawmakers come together on Tuesday to resolve their differences. President Donald Trump and a bipartisan group of congressional leaders met at the White House on Monday afternoon to attempt to avoid the looming shutdown. Quote, "I think we're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing," end quote. Vice President J.D. Vance said following that meeting. That's all it takes today. That's all it takes. Hey, government shutdown happening. Millions of people will be impacted because the Democrats won't let us play with their toys. Childish. No other explanation is going to be required. No nuance, no actual debate. And listen, I blame Schumer for some of this because the way he decided to buckle under the very little pressure at that time to say yes to all of the demands when actual Democrats and people who are progressive, they were ready for a fight. They were sick and damn tired of losing the policy battle. And here's why the policy battle is so important. The policy is connected to people. While we say the word policy, understand every time we say policy, you should think people because all policy is connected to people. So if you're losing the policy battle, you're losing the people battle. And if you're not willing to advocate and stand strong for people, why are you a people representative? You are the wrong individual to be in that position. It's a position of public trust, and truly, it used to be sacred until recent. Now, the congressional Democrats are refusing to give Republicans the vote they need to pass a short-term funding agreement, demanding overhauls to Medicaid cuts and extensions to healthcare tax credits that Republicans don't want to touch. Good, okay? Kind of showing some teeth here. Should have done it last time, but I'm glad you all have figured something out. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries characterized Monday's meeting as, quote, "a frank and sharp discussion about the path forward," end quote. But added that Republicans are, quote, "divorced from reality." Brother Hakeem, before I continue, and to somebody who knows the brother, I've met him, I don't know the brother. To say they are divorced from reality, we're talking about Trump's Republican Party. We're not talking about historical. To say that they are divorced from reality would indicate they were married to it at one point, and they never have been. Trump came in and has remained in this manner with his cronies from day one. This is not a recent development that they're unreasonable in a negotiation, that they talk like members of a cult rather than members of Congress. This is not the first time. This is not the second time, nor the third time. So let us be adults about the conversation. This was the inevitable conclusion of giving them power and allowing them to negotiate the insanity in the first place. It was not quenchable. They never were going to stop. And now you see that. Now you see that there is no satisfying them. There is no floor. There is no line they're not willing to cross. Finally, you're waking up. Discussion about the path forward, he said, but added that Republicans are divorced from reality if they think Democrats will agree to keep government open with only a promise to address healthcare policy later this year. They're not crazy, sir. That's what you did last time. They're utilizing historical precedent here. You did it before, maybe you do it again. It's not like we were winning in the previous negotiation or the one before that. We're not winning in this negotiation, and they expect you to keep losing. Put them up full mass. Quote, they just wanted to kick the healthcare problem down the road, end quote. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat, told reporters during a news conference at the Capitol. There have been, since the 1977 fiscal year, 20 funding gaps, 20. Some for as short as a day. If the government shuts down Wednesday, it will be the 21st time this has happened. The last shutdown began in December 2018 during Trump's first term. Call this the line in the sand, okay? And was the longest shutdown in history. It was 35 days. During that shutdown, some federal workers began showing up at food banks. Many essential workers began to call in sick. Union officials said many of them could not afford the child care or the gas needed to simply get to work. Did Trump care? Of course not. If the government shuts down, who is affected? If there's a shutdown, as many as 4 million federal employees, including some service members, could go without a paycheck. Hundreds of thousands, including airport security officers, air traffic controllers, and certain members of the military, will be deemed essential workers and told to come to work anyway. ICE agents will also go without pay. National parks could close, and the Smithsonian museums also typically close within a few days. Roughly 2 million troops could be forced to work without pay next month, includes hundreds of members of the National Guard Trump has deployed to U.S. cities. The number one employer of Black Americans happens to be the United States federal government. This gets ugly, but there's one law. If you pass this one law that I'm about to recommend, you will never see another government shutdown in the future. You see, members of Congress are still paid during a government shutdown. Their staff, they are not. But the Congress person is. If you create a bill to tie all government shutdowns to the pay of Congress, just like other workers in their office, they will figure out how this will not happen for the 22nd time, guaranteed. All right, dear brother, thoughts here.
I agree. If you incentivize these people and make it actually count in their pocketbook, I think that might actually make a little bit of a difference. When it comes to, first of all, the Schumer AI video, I am not a fan of these AI videos that these guys like to pass around. I will admit, I do love making fun of Chuck Schumer. And so it did kind of get me a little bit. But I think what you brought up, Dr. Richey, is honestly one of those things that completely years ago shifted my understanding of politics, which is that these policies actually do affect people. And when you have that in your mind, a lot of the noise gets kind of quieted, I think, because you can suddenly remember like, oh, this is going to actually harm people. It's going to make their lives worse. This isn't just like a football game or something. This is actually going to impact people in a very real material way. So that would be kind of my take on it. I think that like when people can remember that these things actually matter, I think that would be a good first step. And in terms of the Republican Party, I don't think they're divorced from reality. I think this administration, at least, is in an abusive relationship with reality because they are just forcing their version of the world, their version of the universe, their version of religion on the entire country. So it's beyond a divorce from reality. And I think that kind of rhetoric, whether it's from Hakeem Jeffries or Chuck Schumer, speaks to just sort of why people are really fed up with the Democratic Party. I would love to see them have more teeth and be able to feel proud to be voting for these folks. But until they actually stop going like, oh, well, hopefully they do the right thing and they actually put themselves out there and make stuff happen, I don't know that anything's going to change.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said. We'll bring updates as they come.